So today is day 4 of the Yoga for Mindfulness retreat with A.G. Mohan and Indra Mohan. No pressure, but A.G. Mohan is just sitting like over there, hopefully not listening to us.
He's listening to us, Mark.
He's listening to us.
He's checking all over our words.
Any thoughts on today, Nick?
Oh, my words. I've got to. Oh, and this is Fiona. Hi, Fiona. Say hi. In general, before we get to kind of like the deep, mini discussions, I particularly liked Indra's discussion and practice on the use of the basic Om mantra in breath. I just think sometimes you can take a practice and another one, but integrating it together can help us bring those two things together and develop a feeling of peace that you can take with you. It's something I said yesterday, but I think she kind of developed that idea a lot. And I noticed we sat in silence for a little bit longer today than we did yesterday.
Yeah.
And just practicing that internal japa, that internal mantra, Om, Om, Om. And also the fact you can vary the amount of Oms for the length of the exhale. I might go in a bit more on that a little bit later, but yeah, that's the bit I kind of hung on to.
Nice.
Internal practice sort of thing.
I think the lovely thing is it was super simple. It's not a hard practice.
Yeah.
And we have Fiona with us today, who is one of our friends from Scotland and is a really great person and yoga practitioner. And so Fiona's here on the course. So anything to reflect on from today, Fiona?
Am I close enough?
Yeah.
Yeah. I would kind of expand on what Indra said as well. So talking more about practice and how the importance of practice and how we know if the practice is working. Yeah. So she talked about, I think she was talking mainly about a meditation practice, but I guess the same applies to an asana or a pranayama practice. But we know, so we do the practice, we practice yoga to achieve a state of yoga or svasta, well-being or shanti, like a peace in ourselves. And we know if we're achieving that by the level of mental chatter going on in our minds. So with time and the more we practice, we notice if we're having the same number of thoughts or we're developing less mental chatter over time, and maybe that starts off within the practice itself, or maybe over time that spills over into life and we have a little less mental chatter and a kind of a bit less backlash in our minds, I suppose.
Yeah. I think that when people think of advanced yoga practices, they maybe think that you can stand in your head or you can wrap your body into a pretzel or something that looks good on Instagram, but actually the Mohans say that an advanced yoga practice is when your mind becomes more steady. That's an advanced practice. And it's a practice you can have with you your whole life rather than, like at some point we will physically just not be able to do some of the things that we used to do. Like Krishna Machara in his late 90s couldn't do what he could do in his 30s and 40s, but his mind was still sharp and steady, Something else you love today, do you want to tell us about that?
Yeah. So again, Indraji talking about a little mantra that she does in the morning. So when she gets up, before she gets out of her bed and puts her feet on the ground, she thanks the earth, or she asks for forgiveness for Mother Earth.
Forgiveness, yeah.
So the mantra goes along the lines of, Mother Earth, I'm about to put my feet on you, please forgive me.
Yeah.
Which seems really nice in a world of chaos and climate change and war and suffering. Yeah. That you're giving something back to the earth each day.
How did you get on with that, Nick, today?
Oh yeah, that kind of resonated with me only because I run around barefoot on the beaches and and dunes, but the Aborigines and Native Americans and the Thai all have some word for Mother Earth, and I think the more we get connected with that, the more we recognize where we came from. I just genuinely think the more grounded we would be during the day as well.
Yeah.
We came from the earth. We're part of the environment where we exist, and yeah, I think it's a really lovely mantra that I'll probably use actually before I even go out with my little bare feet. and away
Yeah, I
go.
think even whether you use it or in English, you know, Mother Earth, I'm about to step on you, forgive me, or you use the Sanskrit, it doesn't really matter. It's the bhava, the intention, the feeling behind it that really matters. I've just got one final thought for today, which is, you know, Mohanji took it back to the fundamental today of why we practice yoga and what the first sutras define as yoga, and why we want our mind to be stiller and quieter is because the inner light within us is revealed, you know, the inner stillness, inner quietness, divine inner, whatever we want to call it, is revealed, the less chattering that goes on in our mind. So day 4, thank you guys.
Day 4, sorry. Still loads. We've summarised about 10%.
I know,
5%.
not even 10%. Yeah.
Of what went on. Okay. Thanks everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.